Hello, and welcome to a new series I'm starting. I'm going to be playing Crusader Kings 3 again, and hopefully, this series will go for a very long time. This series is going to be called the Norse Settlers. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start in 867 as one of the great adventurers. I'm going to be starting as Jarl Haston, this guy right here. He has a son named Ragnar, and I'm just gonna read his backstory real quick. Through cunning and courage, Jarl Haston has become a rich man. After leading a lucrative raid through the Mediterranean together with Bjorn Ironside, Haston has settled in Brittany. The Franks have coffers ready for picking, and a mighty Viking warrior makes a great ally in times of political turmoil. So, I'm gonna go ahead and start this playthrough. He's over here to the western side of France / Brittany, north of Spain. So I'm in this county right here. And as I said before, I am one of the great adventurers of this playthrough, which basically means that I was a Norse Viking, came from somewhere in Scandinavia. And we settled in this county right here of Montague. Montague? I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my son and make sure he is properly educated by me. And then I'm going to choose a lifestyle for myself. It's going to be martial because I'm going to be doing lots of warfare in this playthrough. And so I'm going to be picking a focus here, and they're all good under the warfare lifestyle. But the good thing, or the reasoning for me choosing the authority focus, which is what I'm about to do, is because of the the control growth of plus 0.3 a month. So I'm going to select that. Because I'm a great adventurer, and a Norse, because I'm a Norse, I can declare war to invade a kingdom. So if I win this war, I'll take all of Brittany. And because I am a great adventurer, I have these mercenaries that I can hire. I have extra soldiers, basically. Special soldiers. Sorry, they're not necessarily mercenaries, but they are special soldiers. You can see right there the 3,000 special soldiers that I will have. So I should be able to conquer Brittany pretty easily. And that is honestly one of the first things I'm going to do after I work on my council and stuff. So I need to make sure my Gotti, I'm not entirely sure how you say that, but he has a negative opinion of me. So I'm going to do all I can to make him like me, because I get more gold and more troops when he likes me. So I'm not going to send him a gift or anything, but I am going to start swaying him, and I can make him my court physician. That takes 10 gold, 15 opinion. Normally I would do it, but it's not going to get me to where I need to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and declare this war. Honestly, that's going to be the first thing I do. Invade kingdom of Brittany, declare war. Now I'm going to raise all my armies, and I'm going to unpause here, and we're just going to get straight to it. Because if I take too long, he will develop alliances. A lot of times he develops alliance with Francia, and that is just not something that I want to let happen. So I'm going to go ahead. I was going to chase down his army. I am going to chase down his army. I'm going to take some casualties, but I think it's worth it just to get rid of his 1,000 men there as quickly as possible. And after I do that, does he have any allies yet? Okay, so he already allied with West Francia through one of the King Charles's daughters. So I'm going to go ahead. I destroyed his army, so that'll help me. He did call in the king. So what I can do is I can pause here, and what I like to do, Alfred has... Oh, he does not have... Okay, sorry. I did a playthrough earlier, and I was recording, but I did not get the gameplay. We're just gonna ignore what happened there. And yeah, So I'm just going to go ahead and unpause. That alliance that I got last playthrough will not be able to happen this playthrough. Not yet, at least. So I'm going to go take his capital. Again, I've already... Actually, I only weakened his troops by about, you know, about 300. But he is most likely going to meet up with King Charles's army. So what I'm probably going to have to do, because I'm a great adventurer, I have that 500 gold boost up there. So I'm probably going to have to get mercenaries, which I'm going to go ahead and do because he's pushing over here and he's got, you know, 3,000 more men than me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to mercenaries. And I want to get some of the good ones if I can. Okay, so I gotta spend my gold wisely here. So I'm going to get a band of avalanches? Is that how you say that? I'm not sure. I'm going to get... What am I? Should I get the company of Jarl Landless? It's only 700 men, but it is high quality, so that might be worth it. But for that gold point, I'm not entirely sure what I should do here. Maybe I should get another band of avalanches, or even the Lagox followers. I think I'm gonna do that, and I think, yeah, that's all I can get. It's 3,000 men, so I'm gonna go send my 3,000 men there, and hopefully I'll be able to win this battle. Now, I am taking 1% attrition, so I need to fight them as soon as possible. But I've already got this, you know, 40% of the way siege, so I'm gonna continue sieging Nanad, which is the capital of Brittany right now. Now, hopefully I can capture the king in battle, because then I'll automatically win the war. If I don't, you know, it's not a huge deal, but it would be very beneficial if that happens. Now we got 15 days left on this siege, and hopefully I'll get some good prisoners. All right, we have a camp dispute. After my army sets up camp, I hear a commotion coming from my champion's lodgings. Investigating the disturbance, I find Matthew, this guy, and Guillaume. I know I butchered that, but you know, these French names, they're hard for me. But anyway, they're having a dispute, and usually what I want to try to do is deliver a speech about unity. It's kind of a 50-50 chance, but if it works, you know, you see there it's 53 to 46. But if it works, it's really good, and I can potentially... did not work. However, let's read this. My pleas for us to all put aside our differences fall on deaf ears as a spat turns into an all-out brawl. Drinks and food go flying as people start throwing tankards and packs around. So I can join in or just say what a mess and lose 75 prestige. I don't really want to lose that 75 prestige, especially since there's a 74% chance I can still gain prestige and martial lifestyle experience. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I failed, so I gained the trait wounded and 25 martial experience. You know, I took some kid prisoner. Okay, so he's just some distant relative of the king. That's okay. I think it was someone else in the dynasty further along, or something along those effects. Maybe the old ruling dynasty. Something happened there. I need to chase down these armies, and it looks like we're going to battle right here in the Bishopric of Porhoet. Man, I'm just butchering these names. I'll get them right eventually. All right, so they have a lot more men than us. However, it looks like I'm winning. And I think that's because of my I don't know. It's actually a really close battle. But he started out with way more than me, so it looks like I'm going to win this war. Not entirely sure why, but this battle, excuse me. Wounded, my injured steward. So one of my champions was wounded. One of the guys that got in a brawl with me, or in the brawl that I stepped in on earlier. Alright, so I'm at 75%. I've captured a mayor. What I want to do here is ransom him. I'll just take the 21 gold. Usually I want to wait for that 30, but I'm going to go ahead and get as much gold as I can. Now I'm going to hunt down the Kingdom of Brittany's army. So I'm at 65%. How did I... Oh, is he still fleeing? I guess he was still fleeing there. I don't know how I missed him. Far from home, a stranger is brought before me. He has been waiting outside the castle gates for a week, my liege, my guard informs me. The man bows deeply. My name is Julian, your highness. I have traveled far and wide and seen many things, but I am weary of the road. If you allow me to stay, I will happily share my knowledge of the world with you and be your loyal servant. Embrace Odin, and this will be your home. I'm not going to make him do that because my plan is to become French myself and Catholic. So the more the merrier. I get a hook on him. You get a strong hook, so that means he's loyal to me. Strong hooks are good to have. I can eventually make him a vassal or something along those lines. I'm wondering where the king's army went. I'm taking attrition just running through his lands. Oh, this is not good. I have messed up, and I'm probably going to lose now. Yeah, I'm definitely going to lose. Should not have chased into the French lands. And because of that, I am going to lose the war. They captured one of my champions. That's not a big deal. Let's see if I can turn this around somehow. Assign this guy as my steward. My marshal is also injured, and he has an infected wound. So he has a negative health penalty. Let's see if I can find an alliance through my son right now. I think there's a way to sort by alliance, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. I guess there's no potential alliances right now because I'm just... Oh, potential alliance right here. Okay. I don't think these chiefdoms, probably not even this high chiefdom, is going to be enough to save me. Yeah, there's just no good alliance that I can get right now. I can ransom this guy, but I think I'm getting war score from him, potentially. Occupy enemy capital. Occupying counties. No, I guess not. So I can ransom him, but that's still not even going to be enough. So it's not looking too great right here. Can I potentially get... Okay, I raised my men-at-arms. I didn't do that before, apparently. So I can get more mercenaries, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, so you can hire mercenaries to put you in debt now. Before, I don't believe you could do that. Alright, but I'm going to go ahead and get some more mercenaries. And hopefully I'll be able to win... Hopefully I'll be able to win this battle here. He's attacking. I have a lot of advantages over him, especially the commander advantage. I have plus 20 commander advantage. And yeah, now I'm just wrecking him. So we might be able to still do this. So if I lose this battle, my playthrough is pretty much done. If I lose this war, my playthrough is pretty much done before it begins. Which is quite unfortunate. But now we're back on track. We still have his capital. We're plus 84%. I'm just going to go ahead and siege down some more of his counties. And I also captured one of the counts under the King of Francia, so I can ransom him. And that's a full 50 gold. That's an instant ransom right there. So now, you know, our treasuries aren't looking too empty. So we're going to siege this down in 6 months. I'm just going to sit here for now. His army doesn't seem to be on the move. I'm going to merge all my armies. I am taking 1% attrition still, excuse me. But we're looking pretty good so far. It's looking pretty decent. Five months. You know, I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. Normally I wouldn't do this in war, but there's not much going on right now. 3 months. You know, we're pretty much just sitting here. Okay, now his army's moving, so I want to slow it down. Now he's going to attack me. Hopefully I can... Yeah, I'm not going to be able to take this before he gets here. But I should still be able to win this battle. As you can see, I am just totally destroying him. Wounded. My injured Gotti. He just... Another one of my champions injured. I feel like that's every single one of them at this point. Including myself. Am I still injured? Yeah, I'm still wounded. However, I'm still winning the battle. Things are going pretty well. And we have victory. So I'm at plus 93%. Alright, although one of my counselors died. Was slain in battle. Unfortunate. But it is what it is. And we sieged it down, and now we're at 100%. So I want to pause. Go ahead and enforce demands. So be it. And I've taken all of Brittany under my control. Save for this one county, which is controlled by another Norse guy. Now, what I want to do from here is to have the realm embrace local traditions. So this will convert... this will convert me to Catholicism. I'll adopt the French culture. My entire dynasty gets settled dynasty for 80 years. Rulers will not be targeted by Scandinavian adventurers. Oh, that's actually very, very good. That means the Norse adventurers are not going to attack me, which they can be very strong sometimes. So that's very good. And it costs 300 prestige. Definitely worth it. Definitely going to go ahead and do that. So now I am Catholic and I'm French. And now I have all these counties. And normally, since I'm over the domain limit, I have 6 out of 5 holdings. I would give one away. However, I do not have the duchy yet. So I'm going to disband all my armies. You want to do that immediately after you're done with the war, because they have an upkeep. And also you'll get negative modifiers from your vassals if you have their soldiers up too long. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and unpause here. And I'm still wounded. I'm hoping I don't die, because my son and only heir of my dynasty is only 9. He cannot have children yet. But what I want to do is I want to scout for a potential marriage with him. And usually what I do is Alfred usually has a daughter, and I marry him to him. But Alfred is not even the king of Wessex yet. So I don't even know if that happened. Maybe Ethelred's daughter will be good, but that's also risky because she is only 1 year old and my son is 9. So that'd be about 8 years after my son comes of age before he could start having kids of his own. So that's very risky. Very, very risky. An extra hand. For all the authority I supposedly wield as count, I cannot be everywhere in my realm at once. There will always be those who forget to obey my orders once my attention is turned elsewhere. This is where my knight Julian could come in, who has been faithfully enforcing my decrees while touring the countryside. Could he serve as my right-hand man and take a more active role in administering my realm? Yes, he will serve me well. He gets right-hand man. Control growth plus 0.1 a month. Julian gets plus 10 opinion with me. And I think he's gonna become my friend. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. That's the guy that I invited to court earlier. And also I want to find him a wife, because eventually when I become a duke, I will give this guy land. So I'm gonna go ahead and get him married to this Anglo-Saxon woman. And hopefully they will make some babies. So yeah, I have low control in all the counties I just took. And I'm not endorsed by my bishop here. I need to sway him. Sway my sovereign bishop. Okay, I finished reading the latest letter from my knight Sten and smile. He seems to have warmed to me at last. While this is a success, I am tempted to use this opportunity to try and get even closer. So I can basically, these are all a numbers game. And this one has an 86% chance to be good. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, Ragnar seems to have been having a difficult time at our latest feast. He buried his face in his food, and the only talking he did was when he was asking for serving after serving. So I don't want him to have gluttonous, so that this option is automatically out of the way, because gluttonous is just all around negative, rather than the stress loss. But I really don't like the trait. He can gain impatient, which is also pretty negative, or he can gain the trait shy, which is very negative. Well, so this is just an all-around terrible event for me. But I'm gonna give him impatient, even though it's also not good. It's not as bad as gluttonous, I don't think. So what I'm working towards now. Okay, my mercenary contracts are expiring. What I'm working towards now is the only logical step is to make the Duchy of Brittany. But I need 250 gold to do that. So what I'm doing now is basically just saving up gold. I'm not going to war, not doing anything along those lines. But I can't have my counselors do stuff, and I want my marshal. So this guy has 0 marshal, which is horrible. So I'm actually going to replace him with my mayor, because he has 17. That is so much better. Yep, fire him. And I'm going to increase control. So what you want to do when you have an area that is going to be your main title, which will be the Duchy of Brittany eventually, you want to find the de jure duchy, or like the capital. So you see how this has a duchy building? That means it's like, the historical or de jure main title under the title, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I can construct a duchy building here, and basically it's gonna make the county even better. And all these other counties under the duchy don't have the option to do that. So this is eventually going to be my capital, but the control is terrible right now, so I can't do it right away. And I also want to convert it to French. Okay, mercy for the mercenaries. The bursting of an inn, a firesider, a calm evening after a long day of training. My tankard is knocked out of my hand by a mercenary reeling from a blow, and all hope of relaxation drains away into the floor along with my cider. Please, my lord, the innkeeper begs. Gulham's thugs have been drinking me dry without paying for days, and their fighting is scaring the staff and guests. So I can expunge bandits, which gives plus 20 popular opinion. Or I can give generosity to mercenaries, and mercenary costs negative 10%. I'm not going to do this because I lose 75 gold, and I need... Gold is my number one most important thing right now while I'm trying to become a duke. And also, I don't think I'll need mercenaries for a while, so I'm not really worried about that. So I'm going to get my popular opinion up and save my gold and go for that option right there. My mercenary company's disbanded. That's fine. I still have... 3,000, and eventually, once everything is back to normal, I'll be able to raise 5,000 men, which is pretty good. Now, all my counties, all the new counties I just gained, yeah, you can see there's a smuggling ring. They're going to have low control for a while, for a few years at the very least. Nance has a smuggling ring as well. But yeah, I want to convert... where is it? I want to promote culture. That's what I want to do, and I want to do it in Vans so it will become French. So even though my main duchy is going to be Brittany, I'm French, and I kind of want to stay French. I think it's a nice culture group to be in. So the play is to become French. I still need to find my son a betrothal for an alliance or something. But, we still have 6 years until he comes of age. I'm just gonna speed this up because not too much is going on. My sovereign bishop was swayed, so that means I get... Yeah, so he gives me 70 levies now that I didn't get before. As you can see, it says taxes 0 out of apostle 0.3 a month. As my opinion, or his opinion of me grows. Excuse me. Whew. I'm apparently quite a bit tired. But as his opinion of me grows, he will provide more levies and more taxes. So that's just all around good. Okay, so I got a new martial perk. So marriage acceptance for yourself, marriage acceptance for close family, and marriage acceptance for extended family. What I want to do, actually, I am going to go ahead and do that because that could come in handy when I am trying to find my son a wife here pretty soon. Normally what I do with my children is I usually go for the martial education. However, this is a dedicated character, and his stewardship is already 8. I'm just gonna go stewardship, and that way I can build my treasuries in my next role. Tantrum tourney. My marshal is hosting what seems the 100th tourney of the year, and it's all I can do to keep myself awake. My mind is jolted back to life when I feel a tug on my elbow. My young son Ragnar, against all odds of nature, is wobbling around carrying a lance 4 times his size, and has found an ill-fitting helmet which keeps sliding down over his ears. Father, may I fight around in the fray? Okay, so this could be a really good or a really terrible event. So 60% chance of one of those happening. He gains brave, arrogant, wrathful, or 40% chance he may prove himself. Okay, so 40% chance he goes through the tournament, 60% chance that he gains one of those traits. On this one, Ragnar progresses through the tournament, 14% chance, increases martial by 2, 42% chance he fails to distinguish himself, and he becomes injured. That's very bad. 42% chance fails to distinguish himself, or I just don't let him. So I think I'm going to go with this one. There's a 60% chance of him gaining one of those 3 traits, and a 40% chance that he progresses through the tournament. Let's see what happens. Okay, he gained the trait Wrathful, which -1 diplomacy, +3 martial. This is good. Natural dread, +20. I don't really care for dread too much. Again, I don't really go for dread playthroughs. I prefer to be a more virtuous ruler in most of my playthroughs, so I'm going to continue that here. Mercenary company dismissed, that's fine. I increased my sovereign bishop's opinion of me some more, so now he's actually providing some taxes for me, and look at that, a lot more levy, 299. Alright, so it's Julian again. In the course of helping me administer my realm as my right-hand man, Julian and I have discovered that we have a lot in common. We have built up a strong rapport during our time working together. As a result of this, and I find myself wondering what the future will hold for us. We should become friends. Or I can either gain 75 prestige and have him gain 10 opinion of me, or we can become friends. I need some friends. He's going to be my friend. And again, I'm going to try to give him a county, or I'm definitely going to give him a county as soon as I have the gold to make a duchy. Okay, Ragnar seems to have been having a difficult time at our latest feast. He buried his face. Oh my god. It's this same trait. This kid just, so basically, I have this terrible event again, all around negative. So this time I only have gluttonous and shy to pick from. So gluttonous, -2 stewardship, shy, -2 diplomacy, traction opinion, sinful to Catholics. I think I just gotta go shy. I'm just very against gluttony in this game, especially because it's, you lose 1 piety a month, and yeah, it's just all around negative. So my diplomacy's hurting a little bit, but at least my stewardship is still pretty good. All right. Man, this is just a slow grind up to 250 gold. I was hoping to be able to make my my duchy in this first episode, but I think I'm gonna stop I think I'm gonna stop it there and go ahead and end the first episode. That's about a 30-minute episode. 30-minute first gameplay. I think that's pretty solid. But stay tuned. You know, episode or the second video, episode 2, I will be making the Duchy of Brittany and conquering further. So thanks everybody for tuning in. And if you enjoyed it, please leave a comment and a like on the video. And episode 2 will be out shortly.